with a protection factor of at least 100. Second assumption, our community is a small city. An emergency is any situation that requires immediate action. But in some emergencies, you may be faced with new problems every hour, possibly hundreds of new problems involving life and death. And you must meet those problems with whatever resources you have on hand now. And time is measured not in days, weeks, or months, but in minutes. So your center of operations in an emergency is stripped to its essentials, one of which is communication. Now, obviously, this equipment must always be in good working order. But the best way to be sure is to use it. In fact, the smart thing to do is to have your normal communications personnel stationed in the EOC area and using the equipment 24 hours a day. The police and fire dispatchers, for example, down here they can serve two functions.
Number 4, this is Fire Central. Police Central. Sorry.
Communications is certainly the first essential of an EOC. But you should keep all that equipment in a separate area, off by itself. Part of the pattern. We put communications on one side. We use the other 3 sides for support. Sleeping areas, washrooms, generators, kitchens. The housekeeping facilities that maintain the staff during an emergency. But this is the real nerve center, the operations room. Surrounded and supported by the other areas, and yet isolated from them. Now, what kind of a place is an operations room? But just come with me. It's very compact, somewhat austere. No gadgets, no distractions, nothing superfluous. Not even an extra chair for the casual visitor. These walls are a giant display of vital and up-to-the-minute information about our city and what's happening to it during the emergency. This information is immediately available to everybody in this room. For a general picture, start with this map. It represents the area around it. The mayor might rule that because of the equipment and personnel available, all police, fire, and rescue operations will have to be limited to below this line. Harsh, but unavoidable. Notice this section of the map. This is the most densely populated part of the city, only during business hours. And it has the most shelter space. So, if we're to cope with this emergency, we need to know just exactly how big the problem is. And we need to know just what resources the city still has in hand. Now, that's the assignment of the men along one side of our long table. Key men from key departments. Health and welfare, public works, civil defense shelter specialist, fire, police. The executive table in the EOC. From here, the mayor can observe and direct the entire operation. He has a chief of staff to help him. In our town, the civil defense director, where there's immediate and direct contact among the officials involved in the emergency. These ideas, these basic concepts of an emergency operating center, these matter a great deal.